We're here from the EMUNET Peer Mentoring Subcommittee. We've just had a peer mentoring meeting with Ron van Vollenhoven and Kim Lauper. These are sessions that happen twice a year, and we have brought together early career researchers from EMUNET to ask our mentors questions. We're joined now by Kim, and we're going to talk about some of the highlights from this session. Kim, during the session, you spoke about traveling to Manchester as part of your research. Can you tell us a little bit about this experience and what you learned from traveling abroad?
Yes, so I went to Manchester because I'm from Switzerland. In Switzerland, if you want to have an academic career, it's really good to have some experience abroad. And so my head at the time, in particular my mentor, who was my mentor, he told me like if I wanted to do epidemiology, I could go, for example, if I wanted to stay in Europe, in Karolinska in Sweden or in Manchester, because there were some really great people doing epidemiology. But my husband said, no, I cannot learn Swedish, so we're going to go in Manchester. That's how I went to Manchester. And it was a really great experience because I come from Switzerland, which is kind of small. But Manchester was really a big center of epidemiology with so many people working in epidemiology. And I met some really great people. And I think it's always good to have an experience abroad because you see some other ways of doing things. And that's really definitely something I would recommend.
So moving from abroad back to Switzerland, I think you shared some really interesting insights about the challenges we face when we have to combine clinics, research and private life. So do you have any advice how you manage to balance this challenge?
So yes, I think whenever you do something, you really have to do it fully. When you're at work, you really do your work, but when you're at home, you really have to be at home with the people that are at home and not like try not to like think about work when you're at home, because then you're neither at home nor at work. And what I would say is really block times for everything you want to do. Like you block your time for the research. You say, this time is for research. I'm not going to check my emails. I'm not going to answer my phone if it's possible for clinical questions. And really set aside some specific blocks. And when you're at home, it's a block for being with your family.
Thank you so much. So I think we have a third question.
And finally, Kim, which is your opinion on the different forums that try to pull younger wannabe investigators with young investigators and senior investigators so that they can exchange their experiences, like EMUNET itself?
So EMUNET is really a great way of doing that. I mean, if I was not in EMUNET, I wouldn't be here now. I mean, it's something I learned a bit by chance. No one in where I work knew about EMUNET, and I saw it somewhere on the form when I wanted to apply to an epidemiology course. Are you an EMUNET member? And so I would register in EMUNET, and I saw all the great things that EMUNET was doing. And then I went into the working group, the subcommittee, and it was really great. I met a lot of people. And it's step by step, I become one day the chair. I think still barely liked a bit, but it really was a great experience. And knowing how the EULAR works and meeting lots of researchers and lots of people from the EULAR. And I would definitely recommend going into EMUNET and being active in EMUNET.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So we really appreciate your time, our mentors' time, and our audience. And we would really like to see you in the upcoming mentorship meetings that we held here at EMUNET. Thank you.